welcome back to another episode. Now, today I want to talk about 4 things that I cannot live without when I'm using the boat. Now, ultimately, when we're on the water, we want to have a great day on the water. We don't want to have any issues, and we want to make it as easy as we can for ourselves. So these 4 things that I pretty much can't live without, I want to share with you guys because some of you may not have thought about doing it, and it makes the world of difference for a day out in the water. So I'll start with number 1. Now, number 1 is located on the trailer, but also on the boat, and it's up here at the front. Now, it is a boat catch. Now, most boats have the option of getting a boat catch put on. A lot of them don't. But this is seriously a game changer when it comes to launching and retrieving. It's so easy to launch. All you have to do is flick the catch. It holds it in, you drive the boat forward, it opens the catch, the boat slides down, and it's the most easiest thing to do. You do the exact same thing when you come back in. All you do is flick the catch across, and all you do is drive up the trailer. Once you hear the catch go click, it means that it's hooked on. You turn your motor off, you make your way around, you do your chain, you do your strap, and you can tow yourself out, ready to go. Now, it is seriously the easiest way to get the boat on and off the trailer. Now, this is a big boat. This is a 7-meter boat, and I can launch and retrieve this boat by myself, no issues at all. Because of that, it makes it so much easier. So, highly recommend getting a boat catch if you don't already have one. Now, I know a lot of people aren't really keen to drive up on a trailer, but once you've done it a couple times, you'll never look back. This is easier to launch and retrieve than my little 4.3 meter tinny. So that gives you a bit of an idea of how easy that is. All right, so that's number 1. That's definitely a thing to get if you've got a slightly bigger boat. So number 1. Number 2, and this is for any boat, and I think it's the best thing to have in a boat, is a deck wash. Now, the deck wash, again, such a simple thing, and you wouldn't think how much you use it in a day until you've actually got one. Now, just a general day for us, we'll go out squidding, whiting, and we all know what squid do. They pump out a heap of black ink, and they sometimes squirt the boat inside out. This ultimately cleans it straight away. So if you get a big squirt, give it a wash down, easy. If you go out wide chasing tuna, we all know what tuna do. When you catch one and you want to keep one, you bleed it, blood's everywhere, and it's a bit of a bloodbath. And having that deck wash, give it a quick squirt off, makes things so much easier. So it's just an awesome bit of kit, and that's for any size boat. I would love to have one in my tinny, but at the same time, I just don't know if I can justify putting a whole deck wash in a small tinny like that. But if you've got a slightly bigger boat, deck wash, please think about it, because it just makes it so much easier. I guess the other good thing about deck wash, you're sort of constantly cleaning throughout the day, so once you do get home, you're not having to sit there scrubbing stuff off that's baked in from the sun. You've just constantly kept it clean, and it makes it easier when you do a big cleanup when you get home. So that's number 2. That's definitely a strong option to have. I think it's great to have in your boat. Option 3, we'll make our way up to the helm. Now, as you can see, it is a stress-free anchor winch. Now, this is probably going to be a little bit harder to justify, I guess, because it's a bit more expensive. For smaller boats, maybe not, but if you've got a slightly bigger boat, an anchor winch is so good to have. Now, I used to, we never used to have anchor winches. We used to do all the manual pulling ourselves, and you can imagine doing that 5, 6, 7, 8 times a day, or in a couple of hours, you start getting a bit over it. This is good because you might drop the anchor, don't really like how you position yourself, just press the button, pulls back up, super easy. Also, I've taken a lot of people out that, haven't done much boating before, so having this, it's basically, I've got control of everything. I don't have to ask someone to try and climb through the hatch, drop the anchor, tie it all off, because, again, that's hard for someone who's never really done much fishing. This is so much easier. Now, I guess the next step from a stress-free or just any general anchor winch is having an electric motor. They are like a game changer in regards to, you don't even have to worry about having any of this sort of stuff. Basically, you use the electric motor, you press spot lock, it holds you on the spot, and it's doing the exact same thing as an anchor, but You're not having any ropes or anything. I guess the only thing about it is you do need to have space for all the extra batteries to keep that electric motor powered. What I really like about having the little Mim Coda is you can go out wide, drop down on like a real deep drop, and you can hold yourself there with that. But I personally think an anchor winch is a must, especially if you're fishing in sort of shallower water and you need to be anchored up. And you say if you're a snapper fisherman, you might pull your anchor 5 or 6 times in, you know, a couple of hours. So it's very, very handy to have. So that is my number 3 top priority thing to have that makes my day out in the boat so much easier. Now the fourth thing isn't actually anything to do with the boat. So as we all get home, we're all a bit tired. It's all about the cleaning and the, you know, the pack up. Now, before any of the, you know, different products came out, I used to just sit back with soapy water, give it a big wash down, all that sort of stuff, and that would do okay. But it was just a lot of mucking around and, you know, lugging buckets of soapy water everywhere to give it a wash off. It can get a bit tiring. But using these different products, now, again, I'm not, you know, opposed to either, but I started with Salt Away because that was really the only thing that I could find that worked, but that was very expensive. That's really good to wash your motor out, but also it just takes off all the salt and all the like the rubbishy stuff that you collect when you're out in the water. Very, very good. But now, and this has become very, very popular, is the Salty Captain. Now they've got a detergent for your boat and they've got a wash detergent for your motor. And these products, it's so good. I must admit the Captain is very, very good because all you have to do is just coat your whole boat, make it a big foam bath, let it sit there for 4 or 5 minutes, give it a hose off, and then all I do is, once it's all washed down, give it a chamois, and it is ready to go for the next sort of day or the next trip. But it's just so easy to clean, and I guess that's what I really want when I'm going out. I don't want to have to spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours trying to clean a boat when you've got something as easy as this just to, you know, do the same sort of job. So that is definitely a must. Sometimes, you know, you might not need to do it every day, but it's very, very handy to have. So they are my top 4 things that make a day out in the water a lot easier. So again, they might not work for you, and that's fine, but I seriously, if I was doing it all again, I'd get an anchor winch straight up in the boat, I'd get a boat catch set up, I'd have the deck wash set up, and there'd be the first 3 things I get before putting electronics on or anything like that, because those are the fundamental things that make getting out in the water just easier. So again, I hope you got a few ideas or points from it, but like I said, they're my 4 things. Maybe in a comment below, chuck in a couple of things that you couldn't live without in your boat, because again, there's heaps of stuff that makes boating so much easier, but they're the 4 things that make my day a breeze and makes it just, yeah, easier. So anyway, hope you enjoyed, and until next time, guys, take it easy, and we'll talk to you soon. You got $100 bill, get your